guys, how's everybody doing out there? Welcome to my kitchen, welcome to the Recipe Therapist. So today I'm going to be sharing a special fall dessert for all of you. Now that the weather's starting to change and everyone's got like pumpkins and apples on their mind, I decided to share an apple cider donut crunch cake. I know it sounds like a lot, but it comes out crispy on the outside, like with a crunch. It's moist and flavorful on the inside, with things like applesauce and cinnamon, you know, all those fall spices inside. I cannot wait to make this cake for you. So let's get started. Let me show you what we're gonna put into this cake. Come over here and look at this pan. I'm gonna be using a standard bun cake pan, okay? I prefer this pan, but you can also use a traditional pound cake tube pan, all right? You can easily find this on Amazon if you don't have it. Like I said, I prefer the bundt cake look, but you can use that pan as well. So we're gonna be using 3 cups of all-purpose flour today, 1 cup of white sugar, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and 1.5 teaspoons of salt. We have 2 teaspoons of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now I have 3 room temperature eggs. It's very important that the eggs are room temperature for this recipe. We have a 1/2 cup of sweetened applesauce, all right, and 3/4 cup of vegetable oil. Now, what's gonna give it the apple flavor besides the sauce is 3/4 cup of apple cider. Now, you have to use apple cider in this recipe, okay, guys? Not apple juice, but this time of the year when the fall hits, you can find apple cider like anywhere. All right, and last but not least, we are going to be using 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. Now, sweetened condensed milk is basically just like a creamy, thick milk with sugar in it. This is what we're gonna use to caramelize like that outside of the cake. That's gonna give it that unbelievable crunch, and it is gonna be so delicious. First of the ingredients we're gonna start out with is the sugar, the oil, and the eggs. So I'm gonna be using my KitchenAid mixer today. I have the paddle attachment. You can use a hand mixer, but I prefer the KitchenAid mixer. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the sugar in here, okay? And the oil, going right in. And then I'm going to add the eggs all together. Now some recipes, you know, say to add 1 egg at a time and mix after each. Don't worry about that. You don't have to do that in this recipe, okay? So we're gonna put this down. I'm gonna put it on like, I don't know, like a medium. And we're gonna mix it just until it's nice and combined. All right, guys, so this is exactly what it should look like. You see how that almost looks like a lemon curd? That's exactly what we want. So I am gonna get ready now. We're gonna go back to the island and we're gonna get ready to mix all the dry ingredients together. Now we're ready to take our dry ingredients, okay? And I'm just going to take the flour, the salt, cinnamon, love cinnamon, and the baking powder, all right, because we're going to get ready to add this next. But we have to blend it all together, and what I blend it with is a nice whisk like this. So I want to make sure that this gets evenly distributed, and then I'm going to meet you back at the mixer, and we're going to add this to that. All right, so everything is nice and well blended, so I'm going to add the whole thing in just like that, all right? And then I'm going to mix this for about a minute or so on medium. And then we're going to add the rest of our remaining ingredients, except for the sweetened condensed milk. Okay, guys, so this is what it should look like, nice, thick, and pasty after we add our dry ingredients. All right, this is looking perfect. This is exactly what we want. So all that's left is our applesauce. Sweetened applesauce. I have my rubber spatula right here because I don't want to leave any in the bowl. Our delicious vanilla extract. Smells good. And of course our apple cider. All right. And then I'm just going to mix this till it's, you know, nice and combined. And we're going to get ready to pour it into our bundt pan. This is what the batter should look like. See that? Almost like a pancake batter consistency, all right? Now, what I forgot to mention before, and this is totally optional, is I like to add some ground cloves and allspice. I know that when I gave you the recipe ingredients before, it was ground cinnamon, but you know what? Use it if you want. I like it, so I'm gonna add a pinch of the allspice and a pinch of the ground clove. All right, that's it. And I'm gonna mix this just for like another 30 seconds, and then we're gonna get ready to put this right in that bun pan. All right, guys, so this is the very, very exciting part. I love this part of the cake. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw this together with the sweetened condensed milk. Remember I told you that's the crunchy part of this cake? So I'm gonna take my nonstick cooking spray and I'm just gonna go all around the whole perimeter and the tube part of my cake pan. And I'm going to pour like half of this on the bottom. And as this cooks, it's gonna caramelize and it's gonna make like that crunch, all right, on the bottom of the cake. Actually, this is the top part of the cake. Now, I'm gonna take my delicious batter. I mean, look at that, is that perfect? All right, and I'm gonna pour this right over that. Look at that. That looks amazing. And then, just gonna give me a minute or so to get the rest out, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do the top. All right, so I put all the batter in my pan, and now I'm just going to drizzle the rest of this on top, just like that. And then we're gonna bake this in the oven at 350 degrees. Now everybody's oven's different, but we're gonna check it at 55 to 60 minutes until it comes out clean with like a toothpick or like a pointy knife. And like I said, we're gonna check it and see if it's done, and it's gonna be so delicious. How delicious and crispy and crunchy it looks on the outside. This came out perfect. It can't be any better. So what I did was I took it out of the bun pan and then I flipped it over again, and that's the top of the cake, all right? Now, as a bonus, I saved this for the last. We're going to take some salted butter. I have about, I don't know, a quarter of a cup here. And we're going to brush this cake, look at this, with the butter. And then we're going to sprinkle, okay? I'm gonna do this all over the cake. We're gonna sprinkle some cinnamon sugar on top. And it's really gonna act as a cinnamon sugar donut cake. And I can smell this. It smells delicious, it looks delicious. I cannot wait to come back and show you what the finished product looks like. All right, guys, so this is the final product. Look at that. I put some powdered sugar on top at the end. We brushed it with some salted butter, and we sprinkled some cinnamon sugar on the top and on the sides as best as we can. And this is what the cinnamon donut crunchy, cake looks like. I thought it came out really, really well. I am going to take a taste of it right now and show you guys what the inside of this cake looks like. It's still kind of warm, which I love. And don't worry, I'm gonna leave, the full recipe in the description box below, including that butter and cinnamon sugar, ratio. So come take a look. Look at this. You see how nice and moist that looks? It's nice and crispy on the top, really, really soft, and it still has that caramelization on the bottom from that sweetened condensed milk that we added. All right, so I am going to take a nice taste of this. I'm going to cut a piece right here. You can see, look how moist that is. You see that? It is so moist. And like I said, here's that crunchy outside. See that? All right, I'm going to go ahead and take a nice taste for you, all right? Mmm. 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 It's buttery. It has that nice cinnamon flavor in there with all those other, you know, fall spices I put in there. I taste the crunch from the top of the butter and the cinnamon sugar. Now I'm going to take a taste of that. It's almost like a caramel at the bottom with the sweetened condensed milk. Mmm. This is really, really good. I hope you guys give this one a try, especially now that the fall is here. Thank you so much for watching today. I really hope that you liked this episode. And if you did, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any more of my delicious recipes, which I'm gonna have a lot of nice fall recipes coming up soon. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time to serve up some more love. Take care.